We've got Sound Patrick. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. I'm your host Tishy. Also, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 right now on the clock. I actually started it if you're Eastern time 333. Anywho, so today. Oh, if you guys haven't already joined the fam, please go ahead and smash the subscribe button, click the bell right next to it. That way you guys are notified every time I go live. That looks so funny. Hold on. I hate things in the background. I smashed a fly earlier. I really gotta get a screen. You know, like one of those 8-foot screens. Really gotta get one of those. Anywho, guys, so today we're going to do a collective spread for all of us, right? And then we're going to go ahead and chime in. I'll do a special since today's Thursday. If you guys aren't aware, I always do elements individually on specific days. That might switch up, guys, okay? Just warning. Mondays is water, Tuesdays is fire, Wednesdays is earth, and Thursdays is air. I may remove that programming from the channel, but we'll see. I'm just going with the flow. So that's why I'm always doing a collective in the beginning. That way everybody can get a message. And then I timestamp everything. That way you can kind of skip through if you don't want to hear about Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And they are pertaining to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs. You may get a message throughout the entire week. Just so that you're aware what's going on here. Okay, so hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm feeling lovely today. I had a wonderful meditation. Does anybody drool when they meditate, or is it just me? I swear I just be leaving my body. So in the beginning, it's always intro and astro updates, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move along to the individual signs. Okay, so let's get into it without further ado. I'm pulling up the charts, you guys, to see what we've got cooking. I already know the moon is in Leo because I get notifications about the moon. So that's why I'm going to be continuing to do moon readings and seeing how that energy should be playing out for everyone. But also, too, everyone is an individual, right? We all have different signs and different houses and things of that nature. So I always want to give you a heads up. So whenever the moon is in a specific zodiac sign, that's the energy that you want to kind of carry out. That way you can go with the current and not against the tide, okay? So moon in Leo, okay? While the sun is in Taurus. So that collective energy can really bring on a feeling of, you know, focusing on our stability with confidence, okay? That's how you interact and engage those two energies together. Because we all know Taurus is the earth sign, it's a little bit more grounded, but it's all about, you know, being practical, being persistent, and having a little bit of patience because it's an earth energy, so it's more of a slower tempo, right? But with that Leo being a fire energy, you're gonna be like super passionate, very creative. You know, it's time to like step on stage, be that leader that you are, okay? Now, there's always a dark and a light to a situation, right? So someone that's not really vibrating super high, the moon's only at 6 degrees right now, but they're the ones that are going to be seeking attention in the wrong ways and asking for attention from the wrong people. So that is kind of that Leo energy being center stage. Now, Leos, you're supposed to be center stage. Like, you're supposed to really grab the mic and be, you know, lights on you and receive praise, rewards, and recognitions for the things that you're doing in life right now, okay? But, of course, you know, there's always that shadow side to everything. So be aware of the people that are operating in their pride and ego, and they're just like, pick me, kind of an energy that's that attention seeking, but they're doing it in a fashion that's just not favorable. So you might want to steer clear of that because someone can really like be very fiery and bold, I should say. But to say the least, on the other token of that, you know, it's going to bring us a sense of stability and feeling a little bit more grounded, especially when we're working on things, right? So we're going to feel a little bit more comfortable in taking risks, and expressing ourselves in the most creative way that we can possibly be. What else do we have going on here? So just be very cautious, okay? Just continue to build, maintain your focus. Don't get off the train tracks. Don't fall off. Don't do it. And just bring on that confidence and stay committed to the things that you value, the things that you love, and the people that are bringing in the reciprocity for you. The moon just moved out of Cancer. I know if you watch those videos, so that was pretty intense. Okay, so now it's kind of like, I know people are going to feel a little bit better. Leo energy is more outgoing, so you might want to, you know, we're hitting towards, what is it going to be? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So normally a lot of people like to kind of go out, have a little bit of fun, you know. So, you know, get out there, okay? Get that attention that you deserve, of course, if you're, you know, tapping into certain things, and be, you know, people want to be recognized for certain things that they do. So go ahead and support your friend, you know, if they had some accomplishments or some wins. Say, oh my God, congratulations, I'm proud of you. You know, those things can go a long way when you say that to somebody, when you notice their endeavors, or you know when they leveled up, or they gotten out of a rough situation and now they're feeling, you know, happy-go-lucky. Like, let them know you see them. Okay, that doesn't hurt. And I feel like too, with that Taurus energy, we're all going to be looking towards those long-lasting connections, right? We all want to make sure that who we're dabbling with, as far as energy-wise, with other people, that we just want to feel it's meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a strong sense of that. Okay. A couple of things I did notice, though, I want to kind of point out. We do have this, Chiron is squaring up Mars right now. So that can cause a little bit of tension between you going after your desires and then a tendency to, it's like a split. It's like, because squares aren't that great, just FYI. So Chiron, you know, is all about our wounds. So when it's squaring up with Mars, which is in Cancer, which is not at home, it's going to be it's going to be a little bit of tension. Damn, do I go after what I desire, or do I just put energy into, like, you know, going forward with being independent and hopping on this train to do X, Y, and Z, like my responsibility? So that can kind of be a tizzy right there. Because Chiron might maybe feeling like, you know, if you are working on yourself as far as shadow work and things of that nature, and having that sign in Aries, that Aries energy, now it's time to kind of feel, I need to feel like emotion. I need to feel good. Like, I need to feel like, okay, I sealed something up. I closed a cycle out. Like, I need to feel, you know, nurtured for that. But then with Mars and Cancer, it's a little bit frustrating when you're not receiving that, maybe from a friend or a loved one or a coworker or whatever, for something that you've done. You know what I'm saying? It's like someone could be looking for validation, or looking for, that's that a seeking energy too. You mix in with Leo, like seeking for stuff. So try your hardest not to expect shit from nobody. Really try your hardest and find validation within yourself. Especially when it's related to like unhealed wounds or your self-worth. You can't always rely on other people to be there for you, right? I mean, that's just known facts. So you gotta be careful with that. You can't even expect like your best friends, or, you know, your, like I said, your family members, or even your kids, like your lover, like you can't expect that they're going to notice something that you've done or react to something that you know what I'm saying? So just be careful of that. Another thing that I want to mention, we do have here, I should put my glasses on, but I don't feel like it. Oh, excuse me. We have the sun squaring up with the moon. So once again, tension between trying to figure out, okay, I really desire this person or this thing. Should I go after it, or should I just, like, you know, do what I'm supposed to do and just it's kind of like, do I let my shadow play a little bit, or do I just like stay on the up and arrow and just like do what I gotta do, like, and make my goals happen? You know what I'm saying? So there could be a little bit of tension there. People might want to play, so be careful of those people that want to be out to play and not in a good way. If you catch my drift there, okay? So, because we all want to feel comfortable. We all want to gain some type of stability. We're all building our financial portfolios right now. And so this can look like, ooh, this looks really good. Maybe I should tap into it. You know, X, Y, and Z is doing it. So I'm going to hop on this train and do it. Because you desire $30,000 or some shit, right? Come to find out, that opportunity was not great for you. So you kind of have to be careful, because with that Leo energy, and the moon's in Leo, that's like leader kind of an energy. Like, it's, how do I say it? Leo, like I said, needs attention, wants to be center stage, wants to be validated. So you have to kind of be careful. That can lead to challenges. Really, it's like, balance out your personal needs versus like what you think other people need. I feel like there could be a rift with intimate relationships right now. Find a nice balance. Learn to compromise. For example, how this looks. I like to give visuals instead. Let's say you want to go watch the basketball game, but your girl wants to go and get her nails done. You know what I'm saying? So what do we do to compromise? Oh, honey, you can watch, they have TVs in there. You can sit in a chair and you can get your feet massaged. Or they have massage chairs there. You can sit there and watch me do it. And then we can go somewhere after and have dinner and watch the game. Boom, 2 for, 3 for. Everybody's happy, right? So try and, as much as you can, be in that kind of an energy. I don't want to say, you know, don't cross any boundaries with anybody. Don't let anyone else cross your boundaries. Stick to what makes you feel comfortable. But at the same token, don't do something just to please. Don't be a people pleaser as well. Don't do that. Because then you're going to be holding on to something later on. It's going to create another rift like a week later, and you're going to bring it up. Well, you want to do this, and then, so I didn't get to do it. You know what I mean? It's going to be like a whole fiasco. All right? Be aware of that. So just get creative. Get creative. Use your think. Also, we have here, I just noticed, we have a sextile. We have a sextile with, so Mars is in Cancer. So Mars is sextiling Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus right now, as we all know, for a long time. So I like this in a sense, because even though scores aren't that great, it can kind of break up the monotony of what's going on in your life right now. So if you're not pushing the bar to create some type of change in your life right now, and you're just being lazy, because Mars is in Cancer, and you're not really like putting your best foot forward, something with an opportunity can break through for you. Now, it might be unexpected in a way, like, oh, well, I didn't know this was going to happen, and you weren't prepared for it. So it might throw you off, but it may put a little fire under your ass to get you going on something. That's what Uranus does. And so knowing that Mars is kind of sextiling that's a good energy. So it can be good. It can provide really an opportunity for like people wanting to have like a breakthrough, or if you feel stuck in your mind and you're not in a creative energy, you can end up coming up with some type of innovative solution to do something, to move forward. So it's a good thing. And then also too, when you have that sextile, it's kind of like, okay, even though I'm doing something new, something unconventional, something I've never done before, with having that Mars and Cancer energy, it's actually a good thing, because that's where you can actually mold and be have a little bit more empathy and be a little bit more sensitive to what you're tapping into at the time. And that can provide, a little bit more nurturing into whatever it is that you're working on or working towards. You won't be so erratic about it. Be like, oh my God, this changed. Oh God, I gotta do this. You won't freak out. it's going to give you a little bit of like insight to whatever it is that you're tapping into. And that'll allow you to really experiment too. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, yeah. So I do want to say this. Oh, it's creeping up. Lilith is squared with Mercury and Uranus right now. And I want to say this because Lilith is in Leo and the moon is in Leo. Okay? Now, we all know Lilith is the feminine divine. I call it the divine feminine energy. It's not at home. Lilith likes to be in water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, not so much in the fire signs. So, and it's squaring up with two planets, which is Mercury, which is communication. Okay? And then Uranus, which is like the unknown. Just think of it like that. So, overall, this can kind of cause, some misunderstandings, some miscommunication when you're speaking to your lover or someone you're talking to, or even just, people that you talk to every day on a daily basis. It could be at work, people that you really care about. There could be a little bit of misunderstandings here. So it's really important to stay flexible, put yourself in other people's shoes for a second. If they got something going on, you can either deal with it or you can just let them deal with it, let them be, and then just move on. My best advice is you don't want to tap into it. You have your own shit going on already. Let that person be. And when they want to be accountable for whatever they got going on, then they'll come to you when they're ready. When the opportunity presents itself, maybe you can bring it up if it's something that's bothering you. So just be aware of that. So just be very mindful as well, okay? Now, Lilith wants to be out there in divine feminine energy. So with it squaring up with Uranus, and then having that Leo energy, you just have to be patient. You have to be patient. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, because it is conjuncting with the moon a little bit here. So, I just feel like there's a push and pull. You know what I'm saying? There's a push between, oh my God, I need to feel like I can be vulnerable and I need emotional security and I need stability. It's like that push and pull, and then you want to be like independent and like be on your own and be able to do things on your own and not need anybody for anything. So it's kind of like everyone's kind of teeter-tottering back and forth. For me, what my days are looking like, it's like, do I want to sit here and meditate under the sun and do nothing today? Or do I want to be responsible today and go off my daily checklist, like, of appointments and shit that I have for the day? Like, that's what I'm going through. So that's that push and pull of what I'm talking about, okay? Do I want to work on my stability or do I want to be spontaneous? That's kind of that energy. I was just trying to see if there's anything else going on that's worthy of talking about. Nothing else is really worthy. Check my other videos for yesterday. We do have Mars. Wait, hold on. Mars is in Cancer at 17 degrees, and Chiron is at 17 degrees in Aries. So yeah, that one was a big one to talk about. I'm glad I brought that up, because they're at the same degree. Anyways, okay, let's go into the collective. Enough about astro updates. What you guys have planned coming up for the weekend? Let me pull this over so I can really take a little look-see. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Oh, I did want to say, since that's helping out a little bit, no, I think I kind of said it. Just look out for, yeah, we'll just leave it there. I'll leave the chart up if anything else comes to mind when I'm looking at it right now, because I have the aspects up. All right, guys, let's get into it. I know y'all like, okay, 22, what's going on? Let's hear it come through for the collective. How are we feeling now that the moon is in Leo? What are we looking forward to? Moon in Leo for the collective. Moon in Leo for the collective. Look at that. Contracts. Be careful of the contracts, honey, that you are signing up for. I know I got myself thought of a couple of smooth contracts. Now, contracts don't have to be physical. Some are not seen with the naked eye, esoterically speaking. Okay? Just so that you're aware. Because with this energy with Mercury in retrograde, so this Mercury in retrograde is a little different right now because it's sandwiched between two eclipses. So this Mercury retrograde should be hitting everybody just a little bit different. You might feel like it's a little different for some of you that have the ear and the eyes to see. It's not hitting the same because it's between two eclipses. So it's actually kind of pushing us to talk and to converse with other people and say what's on our mind. Having a bit of integrity while doing so as well. So it's causing us to kind of like open our mouth, okay? So with that being said, be careful of that. Like, always pay attention to how you're saying something and your tonality that you're utilizing at the same time. Now, text messages, if you have something important to tell somebody, I don't think that'd be that great. Maybe a voice clip, even a FaceTime call or a regular phone call, a Zoom call, however you want to do it, in person, would be more ideal if it's something serious that you want to get off your chest. That way you can actually feel or see the person's energy. You know, you can look at body language. You can just check the temperature is what I like to call it, to see if it's safe to say what you need to say. Because somebody could be in a whole nother energy right now, like with Moon and Leo, they can be like I'm the shit, ego, pride, boom, boom, boom. When you come with something serious and sentimental and emotional, then they're going to look at you like, screw that. I don't even want to, you know what I mean? They can be the total opposite response of what you're looking for. So then that can hurt you. And then it can just cause a ruckus. So check temperatures first. You got to have a nice balance, right? Balance out divine feminine, divine masculine energies. Make sure there's a nice balance. The number 6. Balancing energies. Think of the thoughts first, because you could be blind. You might set yourself up in a contract that you don't want no part in. So what does this look like? Let me give you a scenario. So let's say, for example, you last week you were in La La Land low key a little bit. You really weren't, you were just going with the flow of daily living life or whatever, and all of a sudden your friend was like, hey, I want to do this project with you, let's start on Monday, right? This was like last week. So you're like, yeah, cool, because you guys are all good vibing and everything, right? Then all of a sudden the energy's shifted over the weekend. Something happened to that person. You're becoming more aware, and then all of a sudden you recognize something within them. You're like, I'm not feeling that. So now it's like, but you already signed yourself in this goddamn contract that you have to uphold. So now you got to see this person, whether this is at work. Now you got to, whether this is a friend, whatever y'all working on or doing together, whatever you signed up for, aka contract. Now it's like, oh, you want to be blind to it. Like you don't want to see that this is playing out in the way that it is. And you have to participate in it. So be careful of that. Okay, just be very careful of that. We have financial restraints here too. Now, don't forget, you are the currency. So this could mean restraining yourself from giving too much time and energy into the situation. So let's talk about that situation. So let's say now you know that person's acting. Now you know how to move. So now you're removing a little bit of your energy. You're removing a little bit of time. You're not going to spend a little bit of extra time like you would before. You know what I'm saying? Or you thought of doing, like, oh yeah, we could do this all day and all night together. Now it's like, yeah, so how long we got? We're doing an hour? Okay, cool. Like, you're clocking the time now. You're like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this person, but I know I have to uphold this contract. So it's all about the energy of being cordial with someone. You don't have to go overboard, but you want to be cordial so that you don't create any deficiencies come next week or the week after that for yourself. You don't want to create any hardships that you already got to deal with right now in life, period. Also too, some of you guys might also too just take back your money on what are the things that you're spending your money on. So like I said, you might be buying things that actually matter now, like books and courses and learning some shit. You know, meaningful things is what you're spending your money on. No more frivolous type of spending, and no more just scrolling on Amazon because you're bored at work and you just, you know, every day's Christmas kind of an energy. Now you're kind of pulling the reins back on that because 13 equals 4, which is your foundation and your stability, right? So you spending $500 a month on Amazon on useless random items is not going to cut it anymore. It's like you got to reel it back so that you can continue to uphold that table, which is the number 4, which is a masculine energy. So you can uphold that and the 4 legs and everything that's on it. Because once one leg is broken, honey, you're over here like, oh shit, how are we gonna what am I gonna do? And you're gonna be looking, damn, I should have never bought that. Damn, I shouldn't have went and did that. Like, you're gonna be in that energy if that's the case. Okay, you don't want to feel like that. So it's all about having strategy right now, guys. Journaling, logging, writing things down. Okay, making sure that you're getting things done. What is that? This could be like sticky notes. This could be planning trips, because 21 equals 3, celebrating something. You could be planning like a baby shower or a barbecue, or planning to take a trip somewhere and doing something, a retreat, a spa day. Self-care is the best energy to be in right now. Okay? Self-care is where it's at, honey. I recommend it. It'll make you feel so much better. So yeah, journaling, logging, thinking of we got the coins over here on the side. So I feel like, yeah, you just definitely really trying to plan things out. I feel like a good trip. I'm thinking vacation, or just when you plan something, you want to maybe have a twofer. I can still get business done and have a little bit of fun. So who's going to be in that area? Let me create a strategy. But also this could be a strategy within yourself so that you can celebrate those wins that could be coming up for you, because we have a lot of major breakthroughs that could be coming in at random given moments. So it's kind of like, if you stay ready, you only got to get ready. So I'm feeling that kind of an energy too from a lot of you guys. Okay. So have a little bit of appreciation. Ooh, I just got like major tingles. Ooh, this feels yummy. Appreciation. Okay. 15 equals 6. Thanking yourself, walking in gratitude, patting your own self on the back, being like, you know what, I did a good job, because I could have sure hell mollywop that ass up and down the street, but I stayed calm, cool, collected. I didn't say nothing. See, thank yourself for that, right? Because then you could have created another situation next week and you would have been like, oh damn. Okay, so you have to really appreciate the little things. Give yourself your own goddamn flowers if nobody else is giving them to you. Okay, as you see, she picked her own flower here, so I really like that energy. She's like, you know what? And she's standing tall, right, on all fours with the crown back on. So if you do, you know, have a couple of moments where you're not feeling so great, feel that energy out, let the fire, say what's on your mind, sit, you know, just let that be, and then deal with it, and then move on. Like, go forward, right? Ha, I closed the door on you. All these bees. If you guys watched yesterday, that was kind of funny. Anywho, so yeah, so you'll just have an appreciation, and for other people that are around you too. Like, I can't stand when people say they're self-made. I'm sorry, but you've had some form or fashion of help from somebody. I don't care if it's somebody that you talk to on the telephone. That was somebody that helped you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to give you information or to help you with some type of process or something. Like, you couldn't do everything on your own. There had to be some way that you needed somebody in the mix to get to where you're at now. Or some type of system that somebody else created or something. There's something, okay? So if you have those people that have uplifted you in some form or fashion and supported you, or just made you feel good about yourself and where you're going and where you're headed and what you have been doing, you know, let them know. Thank you so much for, your encouraging words. It could be anything, It doesn't have to be giving someone a material item. It's just really letting them know you see them and they're not going unnoticed. Like whatever it is that they do, they're not going unnoticed. And that's very important too. Okay. If you feel like going shopping for a new goddamn outfit, hold on to your coins. Please be aware of your spending. We got a woman holding a coin. This keeps coming out all week long. So it's literally a lot of us do. Some of us do, it's spring going to summer. Like we want to go, change our look, change our whole wardrobe, and just really just go balls to the walls. I would say hold off at least until after the eclipse. I think the eclipse is happening. Oh, wait, no, first of all, hold on. We have a full moon coming up, I think May 5th. Mercury's in retrograde. I would hold off until June. I'm just keeping a whole buck. Like if you're thinking of any major big purchases, I would say hold off on June if you're going to do some shit like that. Resist the urge. Resist the urge. You know what I would do? I would look at stuff you already have and then remix it. Cut some shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like just remix some stuff of what you already have. You never know. You could create some really cute things and then you're out at the supermarket and someone's like, oh my God, I love your outfit. And you're like, oh shit. Well, thanks. Like, you didn't think you could do it, but you did. You made something hella stylish and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know. A lot of you guys are going to be studying at this time, reading books or indulging in information to gain answers because you want to unlock some type of magic. I like this synchronicity here, 47, 48 back to back. You want to stay in alignment. It's like you want to do your best. Right now, I feel like a lot of people just stay on a solid accord, like to where their mind is healthy and you're trying your best to have your mind right at this time and to be on the up and up as well. So this is a wise person with a thinking woman because she's got books. You could have mentors or scholars. You could be like student energy or teacher energy. It's like you learn some things, you regurgitate and tell somebody else, whether this is family members, friends, or you're a teacher and you are busting out courses for people and people are learning from you, or you could be the student. I see like people writing notes, sticky notes, books. I just see like composition books, notebooks. This could be you just really thinking of a master plan. How do you have all this knowledge and bursting it out and configuring a way, strategizing, right, on how to make this turn into wisdom so maybe you can turn it into a business, turn it into a service. Okay. So I like this. This is going to give you a nice balance. If you guys do have things going on, that's another cool outlet, right? Maybe you're writing a book, and that'll balance out your energies because you're not too much into like, oh my God, I'm here, moon and Leo, seeking all that damn attention. And then once you get all that attention, then you don't know what to do with it kind of an energy. Or some people do, but you might manipulate the situation in some form or fashion. So having a nice balance, like, hey, I'm here if you need me, but I'm going to be over here working on this. You know what I'm saying? That's balance, right? So that you can later on celebrate 48 equals 13 equals 4. And then that contributed, that energy that you were putting into, that time and energy and them seeds that you're planting or whatever and watering the grass over there, that went towards building your foundation, your stability. Boom. Okay, so it's not like a waste of time, a waste of energy. It actually went towards something. So I know we went through a huge, like, the world was crying and when Moon was in Cancer because we had Mars in Cancer too. Sheesh. So a lot of emotions could have been, people could have said things out the side of their neck, really saying things maybe they don't mean, or some people don't even recognize they said things that they didn't mean that actually affected other people. All of that could have been going on. So I feel like now is the time with Moon and Leo. I love having this Angel of Strength card here out for the changes that are to come. So now it's like I have the strength. I have the strength to get out of this relationship. I have the strength to leave this job. I have the strength to start a new job. I have the strength to start this business. I have the strength to tell somebody exactly how I feel. No sugarcoating. This is me and this is what you get. Take it or leave it. I have the strength to go forward in whatever endeavors right now. So I love this energy, building that inner strength, because there's a lot of changes that are coming about. So it's like, okay, it's time to put on the gear. It's time to put on the armor, like where need be. I have the sword ready on deck. Like, let's go. Like, you're not playing. I hope y'all ain't playing about yourselves right now, because that ain't the time. But it's like, what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with this energy, Sun in Taurus, Moon in Leo, it's like self-care, focus on getting grounded, put attention towards the things that you want to grow, put attention towards the things that you want to see change in your life. You know, if you want to stop certain things, start certain things, habits, patterns, behaviors, okay? You want to start new cycles, right? So it's kind of like, it's like I'd call Taurus season like mind your business season, but keep your head on a swivel. Yeah. The moon's also squaring up with Mercury too. So, yeah, it's screaming pick me energy. Some people are going to feel like they're not supported. Some people are going to, when they feel like they should be, when really they shouldn't. So you have to pay attention. You have to decipher who, I don't want to say deserves, but I guess we can call it that. Who deserves your time and energy, or your 2 cents at this time? Because some people could like, it's like a missing out energy. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a scenario. That's the best way I can talk to you about. It's like someone that's kind of like not doing the right things, but they feel like they are, and you see it a mile away that they're not, but you don't want to interject whatever it is that they got to learn and go through, aka those experiences that they have to go through so they can fumble the ball on their own or put their foot in their own mouth. And so you see this a mile away. And so then they come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like wanting praise, recognition, rewards from you and support from you, when you feel like, nah, that's not cool. I ain't gonna support that. But you might not say anything. Moon in Leo. Moon square Mercury. You might think twice about what you're gonna say or how you're gonna say it, but some are actually gonna be like, you know what? That's foul. That's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. You know, some people might just say something. You never know what you're gonna get right now, so give me a little bit more. So give me more for the collective. Light energy. These are soul guidance messages. Flow. Now, whenever I hear this word now, I'm not triggered, but it does bring up a video I seen. The lady had a very good point. When you go with the flow, you're kind of like a dead fish. That's why I always like to say rock with the current, because the current shit can happen. Imagine water splashing up on a rock. Like, it's going all kinds of different ways, right? You just want to rock with the current. Like, don't push against it. It's going to go even more crazy, right? That's kind of like flow state is what people like to call it. Just don't go against what's happening and let it happen. Whether this is your emotions, whether this is something going on with your mental, physically, like whatever's playing out in your environment, find a solution. Be more solution based, okay? Try not to fight anything or make anything fit or force anything is really how I always like to do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? That way you can have balance. Know the opposite of what's playing out. That way you can have a balance, or know how to balance out the energy. I think that's just a really good way to roll with the punches here. We can say that, roll with the punches, right? Embracing what's to come towards us, okay? Being like open arms. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that energy, like, bring it on, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this. That's lightweight. Embracing everything, the dark, the light, embracing it all and knowing how to move. You can test this theory by like practice on yourself. So let's say you go into a store or you're in traffic or however you want to imagine a chaotic kind of a situation. I always like to use the grocery store because everyone goes there frequently. So let's say you're in the grocery store and it's mad packed, right? You just got off of work. You don't want to deal with no extra headaches and you're just trying to grab dinner really quick or something that you forgot, right? I love that stuff. It's so good. Hold on. And so it's kind of like just learn how to be still in moments when everything around you is chaos. When you stay in the present, practice this. When you go into somewhere where there's just a lot of energy, there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of moving everything. And you'll start to feel like you start to feel like you're the only person in the room that is seeing this, that. You hear this, you hear that. It's like if you can point out 50 things that's going on, you're more in the present moment. So your vibration is going to be a little bit slow, but that means you're vibrating high than everyone moving around all fast. And it's like this. It's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? Like just imagine everything like moving real fast behind you. And you're like this. That's like just embracing what's going on and not involving yourself in the chaos, not adding to it. Adding to it looks like, okay, now you're sitting in there, you're not in the present, and you're not just trying to focus on paying your groceries and getting home safely. You're more focused on, oh my God, what they got going on? Why she look like that? Ooh, what happened over there? You see that? Oh, did somebody drop something? Party foul. Like, you know what I mean? You're all involving yourself, or you're like just angry, like, God, this checker's so slow. Oh my goodness. Like, why is she so slow? I just want to get home. Like, I'm so tired. I'm over it. You're engaging in all of the bullshit. So what is that going to create? More bullshit scenarios for you. Just a little bit of insight. Okay. So really focus right now. We've been getting this all week. Focus, diligence, same thing. Spirit don't lie. Do your due diligence when need be. You know, like I always say, pay attention to what they'd rather do because you can see that all the time. You can definitely, shut up, Steve. I know, right? Do your own due diligence, do your own research, look things up. It's kind of not the time to really just believe every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes your way. You really want to find things out for yourself. Let things play out. I always say, let people, see. You can watch what they would rather do. It's very telling. And then 9 times out of 10, they end up telling on themselves. And so you barely had to do anything. You didn't have to lift a finger. Pretty much. So find ways to enlighten yourself. I'm sorry, guys. I love this one. This is mentha lip tint. So good. It's like refreshing. So find ways to enlighten yourself, right? Become enlightened in every type of situation. What does this look like, Tisha? Well, always be open to hearing other people's opinion because opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. But that doesn't mean that you have to take that information and utilize it. Just be like, oh, interesting. Or, oh, good point. And then move along. Like, you don't have to take whatever they say and use it. You know what I'm saying? So enlighten your goddamn self. Maybe that sparks an opportunity for research. Like, you not trying to prove this person wrong or anything, but you probably heard something else and they heard something. So it's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to go check on that. It doesn't mean roar up a goddamn debate about it and go run to the person. You were wrong. I'm right. You know what I mean? It's like, no, find out shit for yourself. And then there you have it. You could present it in a different way, maybe as a piece of education to somebody in some form of fashion, in some other kind of a way. Okay. This is not the time to go into the divide kind of an energy. It's kind of like maybe allow people like you and yourself, everyone, just, it's good to get insight. Is my Gotti? My cat's head is on the wall and he's just like this. He's like this. It's so weird. Oh, okay. I just wanted to see if you're alive over there. Ow, and I hurt my head. It's always good to gain another perspective from somebody else to see where they're coming from or to see how they view things. The mind is very interesting. It's humans are very interesting. We're all interesting, right? So I always look at it like, they're looking at it like this, I'm looking at it like that. It's so interesting. It's kind of like seeing a sphere and they're seeing it this way, I'm seeing it at this view. You know what I'm saying? So it could be the same looking object, but for some reason they recollect it in a different way. So it's kind of good just to be open-minded, right? Doesn't mean you have to believe what they believe. Let's get some chakra cards, guys, and then we'll do individual signs. Yeah, so take back your energy. Well, not take back, but be aware of where you're putting your time and energy into, people, places, and things at this time. Yes, as I say that, the peace card. It's all about finding peace. Once you get to an age to where all that matters is to have some peace, because peace is priceless, you're in a whole nother mind state right there, buddy. Like, that's a grand thing. Like, if that's all you care about is your peace, having your right mind, you know what I'm saying? Your things are taken care of. Like, that's what matters. It can be very hard to find peace in the world that we're living in today, but there's so many ways that you can. And it starts with your mind, your thoughts. Maybe getting to yourself. 47 equals 7, which is hermit energy, which is also a masculine energy. Finding ways finding a way, right, through your mind, some form or fashion, creating that space. 7, divine masculine energy, so that you can come from have that inner peace, the inner core. Do things from your heart space, divine feminine energy, and then boom, you'll have a nice balance, which creates the 8, abundance in all aspects of life. You see how that works? So find the beauty of it all. I like this. Oh, where do you guys have, what sign do you guys have in your Venus? Is it Libra? Is it, look up to see what sign you have. I love this. It's like finding the light. You see how the sun is behind him? It's like finding the light in all the situations. Being optimistic versus pessimistic. That will, if you focus and train your mind and have discipline to train your mind to be optimistic more so about the things that happen to you, you're going to be more operating in a solution-based form. That's a nice balance to have versus you playing victim or depressed or sad or mad or upset about something and not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? That's just all being soaked up in your goddamn feelings. Divine feminine, divine masculine is nowhere to be found. But if you're a person that you're like, oh damn, well that's a goddamn fucked up situation. Shit. Well, having empathy, divine feminine, right? And then you're like, well, you know what? What we can do is divine masculine. You know what I'm saying? Balance. I like that. Finding the beauty. 22. It's an even number for you and other people around you. 2 equals you, but also someone that can be around you at the same token. If you see 2, 2, 2. And that's a 2, 2. So it's worrying about you and who else is around you. Golly, I'm sorry. Something's in my eye. Okay, I think we're done with the eye episode. All right, so I like that. Even just like when you're sitting outside, you could be feeling so hot, but just take a second to be like, you know what? This world is full of music. It's a beautiful day. You can hear all the birds chirping. You'll start to hear probably like 7 different birds. You start to look around at the scenery. You start to really have a different type of appreciation for the things that you never really would. You know what I'm saying? If you just kind of slow down sometimes. So bring on that positive energy. We all need it. It only takes one, right? It's always one. It's always one. And you can take this as like there's always a bad apple or there's always one perky one. If you always see someone that's always perky and cheery, that means most of the time whoever you're sitting with in close quarters is kind of vibing low like you. Because if you can recognize only that one person is always like in high spirits, you see how that's a problem? Maybe you need to be on that person's level. And then vice versa, if someone's always like, you're in a space of people are always happy-go-lucky and things are, they're like just want to vibe and have a good time and everyone's on the same accord, you always have that one bad apple. Always got to bring everybody down, So like I said, there's always a dark and a light, right? So as much as you can, bring on the positive energy, but the positive, it starts with your positive, the thoughts though, okay? Our thoughts are what creates our actions. It's from the mind, right? So you have to really recognize that thoughts come after, like, because a lot of our thoughts are not ours. We can be bombarded with so many thoughts, and some of them aren't ours. They're old thoughts. They're from the past. So do you want to bring that into new energy, into the future? Really think about that. Because you want to make space for the unknown. You want to make space for things that you just don't know what's going to happen. It's cool to have like a template. Like, what does this look like visually, Tisha? Because you know me, I'm visual. This looks like, let's say every day you have a specific routine you do from morning, lunch, and dinner. You have like the same thing. So it's like you're bringing the past into your future every single day. You really are. And then, your brain fires in a way where you remember how to drive your car, you remember how to get dressed, you remember how to shower, you remember how to brush your teeth, you remember how to go to work and do your job, you remember all these things. It's like it's an autopilot thing. But then that can be boring, and then you might not have room for the unknown. You might not have room for new things to come about. That's why I think a lot of people have a hard time manifesting, because they're always... And then, like, for you, it looks like things are getting thrown, in your way that's unexpected. I always try and set myself up real good. Like, when something like that happens. Let's say you do have a set way of doing everything, and then a wrench gets thrown in your plans. I always just be like, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I got to adjust. I literally have to shape shift to be focused on this new energy that just came, like this new situation. And I got to get my gears grinding. I got to be like, I won't be here for a minute. And then boom, I'll be like, I'm here. All right, let's do this. Concentration. I love this. This is the one I didn't even bring up. Concentrate on, it's setting an intention, right? So that things can work out in your favor. You don't want to look at it as something a wrench thrown in your plans. Something, oh shit. You don't want to look at it like that. You want to look at it like, maybe this was supposed to happen. Maybe this stopped me from getting in an accident, you know what I'm saying, on my way to work. Maybe, I wouldn't have done X, Y, and Z if this didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it in a different kind of way. And that's how change can happen so quick. And that's having room for the unknown. So now you should always expect things to happen unwillingly, unknowingly, and you'll go about your day so much better. Now, I always say make room for new experiences, because this is what we're here to do, have a new experience. And then a lot of us kind of get stuck in the prism of, doing the same shit every day, all day. So as much as you can, just try and be open arms to unexpected things to come. Or to happen, or just be open for it. Like, let's say randomly you had a set day today, and then someone calls you like, hey, did you want to go grab lunch today? And you're like, you're about to say, you know what, that's not in my plans, I have to do X, Y, and Z. But I dare you to go against the grain and be like, you know what? Give me about an hour to get ready and I'll meet you there. I bet you're gonna have a way better day. Like something's gonna happen miraculously and it's gonna just improve your gut. You're gonna be so happy that you went. Of course, utilize your discernment, intuition, your gut. But you know what I'm saying? It's just the point of allowing new experiences to come in. That's kind of how I live my life. I have set things that I want to do, but then, you know, like they always say, shit happens. I don't call it shit anymore. New experiences arise and I open them up with open arms. I accept them. It might be like, oh, damn, I really didn't sign up for this. I'm not saying accept everything that comes your way. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense in your life. But you catch my drift. So moving on, we're going to tap into individual signs. If you're an air sign, for Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And also, too, you can pertain it to if you have certain zodiac signs in certain houses, whatever house is blasting off for you right now. Okay. I'm just trying to bring up the chart here. Yeah, so the moon is in Leo all weekend, you guys. Do I want to say anything else? I have my little jazz music in the back. So this is going to be close to Cancer and Scorpio. Oh. Jupiter's going to go into Taurus soon. I'll do a video on that. Alright, first we're going to do, let's do the mutable sign first. Let's do Gemini. Gemini. Hello, Geminis. Welcome. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Time to turn on. Going Japanese, going Japanese. I know my natal is, what? Oh, your Venus is in Gemini? Oh, snap. Let me get one good one. I'm sorry. All right, Gemini. What is the message for Geminis for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus during this time? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. Yeah, and Venus is in Gemini right now. So, dun, 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 dun. You're probably feeling this energy more so than anyone else. My Gemmy Gem. Gemmy Gem. I feel like you're rolling with whatever happens. You're rolling with it, and you're coming to conclusions. You're not being stuck in a rut with people, places, and things. As soon as you see something, you feel it, and you just, that's it. That's how you're gonna move, period. I like this because, you know, even if you have like an unstable like foundation, like everything's kind of not where you want to be, I should say, you could have, it's like you're no longer overlooking your blessings for people, for, you know, desires. Like you're no longer doing that. You're doing what's best for you. You're finding peace and harmony within your goddamn self. And I feel here because people may misinterpret you, the things that you say, the things that you do. It's like they don't know how to read you, Gemini. Okay. So lots of, they may judge you in the wrong ways. Okay. They don't have a clear judgment, I should say. But I would say they ain't got nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all. Okay. So people can be very overcritical of you, but right now, because of that, right? So if that's happening in your life, you could start to, you know, you don't want to be overcritical of yourself. And you don't want to, you know, misjudge anyone either. Remember, everyone is a reflection of us. So if you see that energy kind of playing out, or if you get triggered, first always look at the man in the mirror, take it as an opportunity for healing if there's anything there for you. That way you won't get triggered anymore. That way this person can't piss you off anymore or make you mad. If they don't understand you, they don't understand you. Maybe that's just not your cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? That you're supposed to be sipping. Okay? You guys aren't supposed to be commingling together. I mean, that's pretty much it. Because then you don't want to get off, you don't want to veer off and forget to do the things that you're supposed to do just because you want to prove a point to somebody else that's not even paying your goddamn bills at the end of the day. Let's just keep it a buck. Okay? You guys might be refusing to make some type of decision right now as well. This could be something within yourself, okay? Something about yourself, something that you do, like a habit, a behavior, a pattern, or something. Like you may not be wanting to, it's like a tough decision that you got to make. I don't know if this is, you know, having to do with anyone else that's in the mix of it all. Like, let's say if you have a loved one, or this pertains to friends, or it could be an ex, or it could be your kids, you know, anybody at work, something. It's just a choice that you need to make. You need to make some type of choice. It's going to help you move further and bring a little bit of love in there. But also too, whatever choice you make, I feel like it's going to be very monumental, because there's Pluto energy over here. So it's going to be a major decision, meaning whatever decision that you make, it will shift other aspects of your life. Okay? And you might not be willing to accept you ending that, and that's why it could be a rough decision, like removing people from your life. We get attached to personalities, we get attached to people all the time, right? Because of their personality, or how their spirit comforts us. But sometimes we need to let people go. It's hard, it's not easy, but sometimes it's necessary to level up, because they can be spiritually draining you at this time. Okay, so get into the art of detachment and the art of ending things, the art of receiving endings, like letting people know, this is the last time you'll talk to me, this is the last time you're gonna get my time and energy. Like there's some decision you have to make with that, but you have to do it with yourself first, because you could be indulging in the past or how things used to be. So remember, our thoughts, we could be in the past a lot, and those past thoughts cause actions to happen in our future. Okay, but we want to stay present as much as possible. So worrying and all that, you know, resisting to change, you know, being at a standstill, just sitting there in that disappointment, sitting there in that misery is not a good place to be. It's time to really focus on your stability, your foundation, the things that you have power over, the things that you can control. That's most important right now, okay? Because you want to have a new beginning, right? We all want new cycles and new beginnings. So if you are in that energy of having a new beginning, then you have to move forward in what feels stable to you, not shaky. If anybody makes you feel like you have to have a side eye, or you know, you just feel like something's not right with them, or something's up, or you just have to walk on eggshells, you just don't feel stable, you don't feel like you can fully be yourself, move away from the energy and watch how much better you'll feel. This could even be things that you're watching on TV. It could be things that you're listening to. It doesn't have to be an actual person. What are you feeding your soul? You know, it could be something that you're doing. You could be overindulging, and it's like an action. Like I said, this could be even a thought of you just thinking of past things over and over and over again, you know? So I feel like there's going to be a situation, if you don't deal with it yourself and make a choice, someone or something or some instance or a situation will occur. It will be a catalyst for this change to come. Okay, you're going to be able to recover from it. You're going to be able to rebuild, but it's going to definitely wake you up. Okay, you're going to be like, oh shit, I knew that all along. Why didn't I trust myself? You know what I'm saying? Moving along. Like, now you know how to move. It's like, oh wow, she got it. It's like I hear the spirit council in the background. Yay, let's reward her or him. You know what I mean? So with that comes celebration, victory. Love it. See, right after that, I feel like you're gonna get it, and you're just gonna be able to move forward. But you're still gonna have the sword out when need be, because you have 3 of Cups and the King of Swords. So you're gonna be able to celebrate. You're gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna be your happy self again. I remember a long time ago, like when I lived in the other place I was living, I was around so many energies, and I was tested. And the one way that I figured this out, someone told me to cut everybody off, and then you'll really be in your own true energy. You'll really recognize whose weight you had on you, what was yours, what wasn't yours. And sure enough, I cut off a lot of people for 30 days, pretty much everybody, and I felt so much better. I'm like, oh my God, I'm happy again. I can get outside. I can be social. I can go to events. Like, I don't have to be a hermit because it wasn't my energy. So recognizing that was years ago, but that's how I was able to test out what's my energy versus somebody else's energy. Because sometimes we can mistake other people's energy for our own. So that's why it's good to do those tests on yourself. That way you can decipher if you're a person that doesn't know how to decipher. That's a cool little tip, a cool little trick. So anyways, yeah, so like I said, you're going to still have your sword out. Like, you're going to say what's on your mind. Gemini energy, King of Swords, sitting in your power, saying whatever you want to say with conviction. There's no sugarcoating. It's black and white, clear as day. You're not ringing around the rosy with whatever you're saying. You're going to be very rational, very articulate. You're going to let people know what's up, and have discipline. Okay, I feel as if too, you're going to be more so in an ambitious energy. If something was to occur, it's going to really shift the way that you think, shift the way that you move into this next chapter. It's really going to be like a huge light shine upon you. So now it's like Gemini, you can be this master teacher, CEO, big boss kind of an energy, and kind of get the things that you want just by utilizing your words and being a wordsmith. You're going to be fair, but you can also be professional, and you can also be, give justice to where it needs to go. But at the same time, I feel like you're going to be able to take action now. You're not going to bite your tongue anymore. Like, you're just not going to bite your tongue on situations where you probably used to bite your tongue. You're really going to let it out now. And, be careful, because when they see someone that's walking in their power and that exudes that energy, and someone that's very confident and knows what's up, temptation is right around the corner. It's literally like lingering, you know what I'm saying? And that could kind of throw you off track and throw you off the rocker. So utilize your discernment, restrict yourself from things that you know aren't good for you, recognize what's real, what's la la land, you know what I'm saying? Also, too, when things like that happen, we may fall off, in a case where you might go and, I don't know, drink a whole bottle of wine or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look to vices either when you're dealing with situations, because it's only temporary, right? I'm not saying that don't do X, Y, and Z. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. But do what you got to do to cope. Just don't fall deep into the hole and you don't see no light to get out, okay? You don't want to fall that deep. So just do what you got to do. I feel like you guys are just going to be in a reminiscent kind of an energy this weekend. More of like a nostalgia, like, reflecting and looking at how things used to be. You might even tap into your higher self or go into a whole nother dimension or see another version of you playing out, and just really like, just kind of like you want to be in that fantasy island for a little bit, just so that you can kind of see things, how you can. That's a good way to see this is reality, and then that's what's going on up there. Some of us want to bring that down here, and some of us can't. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to play out like that. Some of it's past stuff. Some of it's happening like right now in real time. Everything's happening all at once, right? So this could be things like you can think of how your childhood was. Like, it's kind of like a thought saying, like, you know what? I'm so glad our childhood was like, we got to go outside and play outside. When the street lights came on, we had no social media. We actually really had fun. versus you're looking at your kids right now and you're standing on the block and you're watching them. Everybody's like this with their goddamn phones, you know what I'm saying? Or it's just things are different now, you know, and you're just recognizing that. So that could be like a visual is what I'm talking about. So that's not nostalgia. So you're just looking for simple pleasures, simple peace, the things that give you comfort and peace right now. I feel like your past definitely influences your present, but I feel like you're gonna have a little bit more compassion for yourself, which is really good. Okay. Some dates to look out for you. I would say October, darling. October, November. Okay. Major change here. Major shift. And there could also be love too. Something with, oh, there's just something's gonna change. Something's gonna shift come October, November. I believe it's gonna be something that's it's gonna be for the better. It's gonna be a good change. Because it's Virgo energy here. Virgos are really good at when something happens, they break it down, put their own finesse on it, and then boom. So yeah, something good's gonna change. Something's gonna happen. It could be with love. Let me see, what numbers do you have? Your angels and spirit guides are always around you at all times. Pay attention. They're sending you messages. Just pay attention to the thoughts that are in your head. Okay? You got a lot of sixes here. Make sure you're telling yourself good thoughts because your thoughts turn into your actions. Okay? Alright, that's Gemini. Let's do Aquarius. Aqua babies, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, how are you? I don't have anything more to drink. What's the message for Aqua babies? Sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs. I seen ya. I seen ya. Ooh, we got a lot going on. Is there anything else that fell out? No. Aqua baby. What are we passing up? Oh God, are you oh Lord Jesus, you're in an indecisive kind of an energy, aren't you? Do you think people are out to get you, Aquarius? Is that the thing? I mean, not out to get you. You think people are against you when they're for you? That's the energy I'm feeling here. So Aquarius, you have to there could be some type of delays right now. Like if you're in a rut, if you feel as if things aren't going in your favor, if you feel like many things are collapsing or just things are making a turn and you're like, whoa, where's my life about to go? You are going through a transformation. You are having a death and you're going through a death and rebirth phase as we speak right now, Aquarius. Period. You could have been dabbling into things that could have happened for you. Oh God. I feel money coming in for you too. You got some money coming in. You could have been dabbling into things in the past and then all of a sudden, boom, it's going to create a new circumstance for you for the long haul, okay? Whether this has to do with financial opportunities or whether this has to do with love or whether this has to do with some decisions that you made, okay? At first, you could have been disappointed, Okay, you might be resisting this change. You might be resisting certain things. You have to accept. It's like you made your bed, now you have to lie in it, kind of an energy. You might be feeling a little bit frustrated at this time as well. You just don't feel fulfilled for some reason. So you might be outside of yourself looking for answers. You might be looking for suggestions. You might be looking for ideas. You might be wanting to engage with other people that are like-minded like you to gain clarity at this time. It's like real big. It's like you don't want to enter this new stage of life because it's unknown and you don't know where it could go or where it's gonna go. You might care about what other people think a little bit too much, and that could be that energy that you're thinking of. Are they out to get me, or are they really for me? Like, what do I do here? Like, you know what I'm saying? That can cause that energy as well. Try not to be too careless. This is not the time to be careless or defensive. You have to really be on the up and up right now at this time, okay? You have to be real. Don't try and hide how you feel. Please make sure you are being fully transparent and honest with your communication. Poor communication is not your best friend right now. You're supposed to talk about how you feel. You're supposed to get out there and meet new people and gain clarity that way through those experiences, okay? So you need to stay away from conflict. Anybody that's causing any chaos or conflict or negative energy, move away from those people and go towards the people that actually are of substance and have some things to tell you. Now, I feel like some people may have things to say to you that you may not like. You know, it might not feel good, but you need those characters in your life to be able to let you know when your shit stinks, okay? So that you know there's things that you need to work on, right? It's all tough love. It's all constructive criticism. No one's out to get you. People want you to do well. It's like people want you to thrive, but you have to get out of the energy of thinking that people are just throwing daggers at you and that don't want you to succeed. Yes, they do. People want you to win. You have to believe that, okay? So get out of that brain fart cloud that you're in. That way you can avoid any greater harm to yourself, okay? So get out of that thinking if you are. I feel like you have to see the duality within life, okay? Not everything is going to be easy. You know this, right? There's duality within everything, so you have to really... There's a choice you have to make. If you're recognizing, if you can finally see, like, look at the man in the mirror. If you recognize the whole room is saying the same thing, remember, everyone's a reflection. You might need to, that's an opportunity for change for you, right? An opportunity to work on yourself, an opportunity to, you know, be the best version of yourself that you know you could be. It's in there. The spark is waiting. New beginnings are on the horizon. You just have to accept that and make that shift. Not everyone's out to get you. Some people probably ain't even thinking about you, and some people are in your corner wanting to see you do better. Some people might just leave you be. They're the type of people that might not say anything. You know, they might not be engaging with you right now, calling you, texting you, talking to you on social media, whatever it is. It might not be popping up at your house anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they may see something in you that you don't see in yourself. So they might have to pull their energy back until you recognize it, work on it, and then you're going to be like, oh, snap, you know, let me nurture myself a little bit better. Let me love myself a little bit more. Now I can have empathy for other people now, because now I just went through the rocker and oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're able to be pure in your mind and your body and your soul and really actually care about yourself in a way that, like, you love yourself so deep, you know, and you exude that confidence and that love, your chalice will overflow and you'll be able to nurture other people in the way that they need to be nurtured and loved. Sometimes people, when they're not feeling so good, what makes them feel better is nurturing other people. And then that energy, you see the reaction of other people and how they feel based off of how you nurtured them. It kind of pours back into your chalice. Okay, so hopefully maybe it could be happening that way. You know, if it's hard for you to love on yourself a little bit more. Maybe you're getting it from other people, and now you're like, oh, okay. But don't become an esoteric vampire and keep doing that just to make yourself feel better. You got to do it yourself, okay? Yeah, you don't want to just be sucking people dry. You know what I'm saying, in the wrong way. Some of you guys could definitely be thinking of, maybe you had a loss of some sort. And this could be a person. This could be, a thing or something within yourself. You could have lost yourself in the moment of chasing the bag, in the moment of, I don't know, something to do with your kids or your family, or something to do with just you, period, or your job or what you got going on. You kind of you lose yourself, even in love relationships. Sometimes we're in a relationship, we kind of we cater to the other person so much we forget who the hell we are. It could be as simple as that. Or going hard at your job so much that you forget for yourself, to feed yourself, to take a break, to, you know what I'm saying, to not overwork yourself. It could be as small as that too. So you might be having sleepless nights. Some of you guys might be up real late, and that's the energy with a lot of us. Everybody's sleeping schedule is kind of off. But if you do get up between the hours of 3 and 5, make sure you meditate on that, take messages, and listen to what messages you could be receiving as well, okay? But you're on your road to completing something. You just have to be willing to be open to doing that, because you're teetering between repeating the same cycle or starting a new one. You're in between that. That's that duality of it all. So you have to, which reality do you want? You have to really pick and choose. You have to find some type of balance within your partnerships, within yourself. You have to see the polarity of it all. You have to make a decision, okay? And start achieving your goals. That's what really matters. Have integrity while you do it, okay? Because I definitely feel here, you might be moving away from the social norms because of maybe old betrayal. Now, also, too, if you choose to make a choice and it's not really to heal yourself, it's just to move forward and sweep things under the rug, then here comes the betrayal. You're going to be telling lies and secrets, and it's just not going to be good for anybody. You might isolate yourself. You might do things in a very calculated way. And you end up being an outcast. Once again, Aquarius. We don't like, remember, in your past life, you were the outcast. You don't want to do that. That's an uncomfortable energy to be in. You want people that are on your side. So steer clear of the ulterior motives that you may have. Don't try it, okay? Stay in the energy of being optimistic, energetic, transmuting the energy, dealing with things, getting through it, and then go to the next thing. If you have to, take minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour, however works best for you. Just really take care of yourself, okay? Be that grand thinker, be strong like I know that you are. Get back to that down-to-earth energy, okay? It might be a little rough if you're in a rough spot, because Moon and Leo, you can be seeking attention to the wrong areas if you're not working on yourself, okay? But if you are, you know that you deserve some praise, recognition, rewards in some form or fashion, okay? So, you could be thinking of someone. Go look at Gemini's reading, because y'all both got 6 of Cups. You could be thinking of a Gemini, and vice versa. Doesn't have to be, but I just thought I'd say that. Thinking of the past, okay? It's like you could be thinking of the past so hard to where you're trying to bring it back into reality, or trying to really have that play out, and that could cause you to be stuck and stagnant at this time, because you want so bad what you used to have and bring it into this reality, when people are probably different, they do things different, they say things different, like everything is moving in a different way now. Like, you can't expect people to be the same or stay the same, or things to be the same. Some people grow apart, some people come back together, some people as you grow, as they grow, maybe y'all ain't into the same things anymore. Maybe y'all energy doesn't resonate. Maybe you're just not vibrating on the same frequency. So you kind of have to let people be. Okay? I want to say kind of submit in a sense. Okay? But I feel here it's just all about growing spiritually. Okay? Really going within. And if there's people around you that can help you do that at this time, so be it. Sometimes God will isolate you so you can really work on yourself. This looks like taking away your job, taking away any leisurely activities, taking away friends, relationships, like just removing things from under the rug from you. If that's happening, that really means you need to stand alone and you really need to work on yourself, like for real. You really need to like have a seriously reality check and check yourself if that's happening to you. If it's happening in a way where you actually have support and you have people that check up on you, check up on your mental, that are still around you, that just suggest things for you, buy things for you, whatever. If you have that, that's looking real good. That means you're actually trying. That means you're putting in the effort and people see it. And they see something in you that you don't see in yourself. And they see the potential of it all. But let's turn that potential into reality, right? If you want to have this new beginning that I see that you are about to embark on. So we can celebrate, honey, okay? So it's all about changing your perspective. Remember, you're not always right. Everything's not a debate. You're not a lawyer, okay? Like, I mean, not saying like you really are, but I'm just saying you have to be careful, Aquarius, right now with your words. If people are falling back more than engaging with you, it's very telling, okay? If they're engaging with you, then that means they feel comfortable. You're doing something right. Like, they want your company. But you got to keep it up. I feel like you are going back and forth because of what the thoughts that are in your mind or the things that you think are happening when they're really not happening. You're just creating those circumstances to play out in the 3D. It goes deep. You got to be careful of that. So it's all about up here. Let's reprogram this. Let's heal this and move forward. Okay. Some dates for you. Got a lot of Novembers here. There's a couple of events that are going to be happening. You have a couple, okay? June, something's coming up in June, okay? June and December. And right after December marks February to March. Write it down, and then you come back to me and let me know what happens. Okay? Okay. Last but not least, let's do Libra. What time is it? Oh my gosh, time is flying. You gotta be kidding me. All right, Libra. Libra, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. You guys, don't forget to thumbs up the videos you're watching. Helps videos circulate and percolate. I keep forgetting to say that always. Libra. Libra, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Can I eat today? What is the message for Libra, sun, moon, rising, or Venus? Uh-oh. I gotta hurry up and get off because I'm about to just go to another... I'm catching myself trying to go away from here. Ooh. All right, Libra. So, all right, Libra. What we got going on here? Is there something that you may feel like giving up on? Did you block something out? Libra, I feel like whenever you don't have control over something, it can really cause you to feel out of control. Makes you not want to move forward. It makes you block your energy. It makes you not as engaging. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to figure out a problem. So whenever there's something lingering, this could be like, I don't know, maybe something broke in your house and you need to fix it now, or a bill you have to pay, or it could be anything, but I'm just kind of throwing something out there. That way you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. That's what drops your willpower. Whenever you have something hanging over your head that you got to take care of, or you got to do now, or something's in your arena now. What is it? Okay. You don't want to neglect yourself in the midst of all of this here. You might have some type of toxic bond with someone, or you might be engaging in toxic patterns or behaviors yourself. You might need to detach from people, places, and things that aren't serving you right now. That way you can kind of get a sense of what your energy is and what someone else's energy is right now. Okay. Is there something not progressing the way that you want it to? You have to really ask yourself that. Okay. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn, or look in areas of your chart where you have Capricorn, Cancer, heavy on the Cancer and Capricorn energy. But I feel like you do have whatever personally you have going on here, talk about it if you can. Okay, there's something that's mysterious to you. It could be a person, but something is hidden, or something's mysterious, something that you don't know of, that you're unsure of. And when Libra, you don't know about something, it kind of causes you to be at a standstill and stuck, and you're not going to take action on it because you don't know. You just need clarity. Whether this is you trying to get to know someone, whether it's a relationship, a business partnership, someone at work, a friend, a coworker, a family member, a loved one, whoever, or even within yourself. If you're confusing yourself about something, you need to go back to the drawing board and really figure it out so that you can move on. This could have been past energy, though. It doesn't have to be that's going on now. So just communication is going to be key for you to talk to whoever it is you need to talk to, or you need to talk to your goddamn self and find a balance between your divine feminine and divine masculine energy, because Libra, you're all about balancing the scales. So we need you to get back balanced if you're not. If you are back balanced, I do see here you have love. Love is on the board, honey, okay? You might find a newfound love for yourself. You might have fallen in love with the way you look now. Might fall in love with the way you move, the things that you're engaging in. You might have stopped old patterns and behaviors to gain some new ones, you know what I'm saying, that are healthy for you. It could be anything, but it also could be a person that's coming in here, or maybe you're just tempted, or you're just feeling very lustful. You're like, is this lust or is this love? Do they love me or do they lust over me? You could be thinking that. Or maybe you just like, you may have found a new way to just love life and maybe accept whatever it is that you're doing. I also feel here too, it's like, Libra, you can be so hard on yourself, and sometimes you do need to hear from other people that you're doing a really good job. There can be people, if people are praising you or recognizing the good things about what you do, don't take that for granted, because people can remove their energy real fast, and then you're really gonna be like, you're gonna be back to confusion again and indecisive as hell again. You don't want to be there. So if you're creating something, I feel like people are gonna bring your endeavors to the forefront. They're gonna be willing to converse with you and give you ideas on how you can make things even better for yourself. This is like teamwork makes the dream work. Collaboration kind of an energy coming together. Whether this is at work, whether this is at home, whether this is your friend circle, whatever it is for you. You might even be willing to work with people. I'm getting Capricorn energy again. So you might be willing. This could be a love situation. I feel like this is if this is a person, I'm sorry, I just have to say it. If this is a person you're dealing with, specifically Capricorn, I feel like you're confused if it's a love or a lust. You don't know what to call it because it goes deeper and beyond the physical. This is something like a deep spiritual soul connection kind of an energy. I just have to say it, okay? Anywho, moving along. But if this is yourself, Maybe you're finding a new love for yourself. You're falling in love with yourself again. Maybe you did something different with the way you look, or whatever you're doing now, as I said earlier. And so now you're able to be more social and work with other people and be more active in life because you feel a little bit better. Also, too, the weather's getting a little bit nicer, too. But don't fall into the delusions, Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces either, because you can set yourself up for a nice little disappointment. Then you'll want to walk away from everything and you'll want to detach yourself. So don't do that. I feel like here, if there is someone in your life, though, you can't take too long and be in an indecisive energy, because that other person will flee. They will go away from you, and then later on you'll figure it out, and then you're going to be like calling them up or texting them or whatever, and they're going to be gone already. So be careful of that too. But then also sometimes when that happens, rejection is protection. You need to go on a soul searching kind of a journey. Okay? Seeking a higher meaning to everything that's going on. Some dates for you to look towards would be, I feel like everything's kind of happening for you. Something could happen between December and February, or in those specific exact months. You also have something coming up in June. Something that has to do with your emotions. Maybe you might unlock how you feel about somebody, or someone might unlock how they feel about you. Or this could pertain to your home and your family matters. But as far as December to February, something with the Capricorn come December. I don't know why. Root chakra. You might in the boom boom room, some love making. I don't know. You might have a little session with somebody. Who knows? Deepen a connection. But February here, I'm just getting the energy of some type of change. Saturn rules Capricorn once again. Saturn energy. Something between December and February, or it's specifically just December and February. Just mark those dates. I don't want to put too much on it. I've seen a whole lot of. Anyways, guys, that is the collective and air signs. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and click the bell right next to it. That way you don't miss out on more energy updates from me. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.